Real quick, y'all should go follow my TikTok, NoSXZ16, and follow it, because, I'm going to be posting over there. Join the Discord server, collaboration and my own one, and yeah, that's it. Enjoy this final JJK Chapter review.
What's up? I never yielded. As you can see, I am not dead.
So this chapter starts off with Mei talking to this old lady over here, and then immediately cuts over to Maki screaming at Yuta, and she is never beating them allegations, man. Over here mad as hell at this man for being alive. I find it funny that this dude was more stressed in here in front of Maki than he was when he was going head to head against the King of Curses. Nigga on his hands and knees right now. While this is happening, Yuji and company come in, and Maki asks Megumi how he's doing, and apparently besides his head being a little foggy, he's okay. Which brings up the question, how? I watched Toho Tagovailoa, how the fuck do you say? I watched Toho Tagovailoa end his career and my fantasy off one hit. But when Megumi gets hit with 5 CTE inducing attacks, he feels a little bit foggy? Alright bro. Megumi says that he wants to apologize, but Maki just blows him off. He's confused as hell, and I was as well. Me personally, I would have had a few choice words for him, but that's just me though. Then Yuji says that he wants to apologize as well, and Kusakabe, seeing this, takes this as an opportunity to say, I think we should have killed this nigga from the start. Damn! He was right over here though. Yuji was a victim of Kenny's Jujutsu terrorism, but he ends up saying that even though he did think that Yuji should have died, he doesn't think that Gojo was particularly in the wrong for saving him either. Everyone had their truth, and those truths ended up leading them here, so they shouldn't feel guilty. They're just kids, so they should leave all the blame to the adults. And that's what I love about Kusakabe, man. He real as hell. He's never afraid to say his piece, but at the same time, he's understanding enough to not put the blame on the kids. W-mans. After this, Yuji questions Yuta on how he was able to get his body back, because last time we saw him, his controller disconnected in Gojo's body. Apparently, it was all thanks to Rika. After Shoko treated him, she was able to use RCT to maintain his body, although he did think he was cooked after Kenjaku's technique burned out, because usually a technique burns out after the domain expansion. But apparently that was just a miscalculation, because Kenny was living proof that that didn't matter, at least for him. The way he did that was most likely due to barrier techniques. So basically, Yuta was in a state of suspended animation, but thanks to Rika, he was able to get back to life. And he apologizes for any trouble he's caused. And this is what Megumi should have been doing. Nah, Yuta, you don't even need to apologize, bro. Nigga was out here moving like Dutch Vanderlyn with all the plans he had set up on his knees as well. Get up, bro. You good. But even so, if Yuta had locked in earlier, they would have won way sooner. Or at least that's what Maki thinks. She says that she should have been the one to lead the surprise attack on Kenny instead of Yuta, and that they should have used Inumaki's phone tactic to let Higuruma pierce Sukuna with his sword. Which I guess that's kind of valid, especially since Yuta fumbled the hell out of that hollow purple. Here's a note from Inumaki explaining why curse speech can be activated more than once simultaneously. That's why they only use one tape recorder. Why Akari staring at us like that though? He looking at us like we hold the secrets of the universe or something. Chill, bro. But Toho tells Maki that she's wrong, since she wouldn't be accessible through Boogie Woogie. And that was the entire reason why they were able to beat Kenjaku. And even then, it probably would have been harder to take down the cursed spirits without Yuta and Rika. And on top of that, Inumaki would have gotten deep fried if he tried using his CT against a full health Sukuna. Then all of a sudden, we see Higuruma. Now, I got nothing against the lawman, but really, nigga? Sukuna turned this man into a sushi roll, and yet he's still here, alive and kicking. We don't get any explanation on this either. He's just alive. Shogo really had us fooled, man. We thought just because she cheated on her test that she wasn't like that, man. She different. Higgy says that Sukuna would have killed him if he wasn't too busy trolling, and that he's the one that decided that it was best to use the tape recorder in Yuta's domain with no one around to interfere. So good call on his part. Dude's over here depressed that he managed to survive. Look at his face, man. I feel so bad. But Maki's not hearing any of this. She started talking about how Miguel and Larry should have pulled up earlier. Things might have been different if that happened, and Yuta can't deny that. Maki got this man stressed, bro. We've never seen this man this distraught before. Yuji trying to cool the situation by telling her about his gauntlets. Apparently, thanks to Yuta, he was able to use them to hide his fingers from Sukuna. Maki really told his ass he should have went to Home Depot, bruh. And also, apparently, they were using Rika to watch Gojo and Sukuna's fight. Rika is really a Swiss Army knife, bro. She can stalk, track, fight, store items. She's basically a walking item shop, dude. Toho over here feeling guilty for not saving Yuji and Choso in time, since Sukuna's domain was messing with his technique. Ino feels bad that Choso got taken instead of him, and Yuji's just like, no guys, it's okay. No one's to blame. Look at Yuji, man, so inspirational. Maki is still mad as hell over here, starts saying that she's not trying to blame Yuta, but she can't find the words to say how she's really feeling. Yuta confused as hell, but Togi and Panda know what's up. Then we go over to Miwa, and she's over here saying that she thought she was cooked when she went to save Maki. Kusakabe hearing that says so.
You scared? You should have stayed the fuck home.
But Miwa wasn't having it. And this is the page that pissed me off the most. Broom Girl over here saying something. I'm sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to do anything. What chance? Bench players talking like She wasn't even on the roster, bro. She was nothing but a spectator talking like she was gonna check into the game, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Pipe down. This is the only time I'm gonna agree with Meme, bro. She just patronizing this nigga. Deserved. Hikari is saying that he wanted the help after taking care of Arame, but they were crazy strong. Alright, bro, whatever you say. And Nobara was too busy snoozing, so she couldn't do too much. Then Wee Wee, out of nowhere, comes in saying that he is the Shinjuku Showdown MVP. Which I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely in those talks, but is he getting the award? Hell no. He got DPOY on lock though. Apparently he left Kiara behind mid-fight cause she heavy. Like damn bro, she bad as hell too. Hikari had to hold him back. Kusakabe calling out Meme here, my favorite part of this chapter. This bitch Meme really thinks she's sweet, bro, with the way she was chilling the entire time. She ain't even try to deny it either, saying my life is priceless. Anyway, after this, they start discussing the new Shadow style. Apparently, the new Shadow style school was headed by a bunch of old people who were sucking out the life of their users through binding vows. And after some reconnaissance by Meme, Kusakabe became the new leader of the new Shadow style school, getting rid of that garbage binding vow and saving everybody. Wow, man. Wow. Wow. A lot of people saw this page right here with the clock saying 2:21 and immediately thought that Gojo was coming back. Like, I don't even see the correlation, bro. Gojo fans are so funny. And poor Wee Wee, man. Dude hasn't even hit puberty yet and maybe already conspiring to put him on the throne. These are the people, man. Yuji been sick of her since Shibuya, bro. He can't stand this. Anyway, on the next page, Meme kills the old lady from before and we move on to the second to last chapter.
I'm in a 4x4, yeah, I got my wrist up. The chain, here kept the dang, I got a Taylor. It's a mess on my face, I'm trying to get a layup.
JJK 270 starts off with Megumi and Shoko visiting Sumiki's grave, but who really cares about that when Shoko's over here looking fine as hell, rocking Gato's hairdo better than he ever did. Megumi thanks her for helping out, and Shoko says that she was glad to help, also saying that Gojo should have let her handle Gato's body as well. Not wrong. Not that she believes in the afterlife though. That cheeky ass laugh, bro. What is she planning? Then as they're walking back, Megumi receives a phone call, and as he leaves, we finally see Shoko quit smoking. Forget this time. Good on her. Then on the next page, we see Utahime and that other Nita talking about Tengen's barrier. Apparently they found her head in Sukuna's remains, so they were able to use that to preserve the barrier. So good for them. Was she always this fine, bro? Or am I tripping? Maybe she's always been like that. No, maybe I am tripping. I need to rewatch season 1. Anyway, also, we got Nodoroshi back. He happy. Got his mom and brother back, so now he can live a happy life. W-mans. I don't even blame him for skedaddling against Sukuna. That's what Broom Girl should have did. Then we get to see Maki talking to Sumo and Katana Man. Maki tells them that they're at risk for being terminated since Megumi came back alive. And she says, hey, you didn't hear it from me, but their current spirit's hiding out in Tokyo. So that's where I be. You ain't hear it from me though. They're like, okay then. And before Maki leaves, Katana Man tells her that when it's his time to go, she better pull up and run the ones. And she just smiles. Then we see Manga Man doing his job. Takaba over here talking with some variation of Kenny. I don't even know how he did this or how he's alive, because last I remember, Kenjaku looked like a victim of the French Revolution and Takaba was laid to rest. I don't even know anymore, bro. Gege just fucking around. On the next page, we got Rin and Mai apologizing to the dude he was bullying back in the day. He doesn't accept it, obviously, but it's good to see that he's changed, you know. We also got Higuruma and his girl talking. He's not going to get prosecuted for, you know, killing those people from earlier, probably thanks to Jujutsu headquarters, and apparently this girl is going to prosecute him in favor of the families of those he killed. Nigga over here like, alright bro, you got it. Then we see Hana. She's over here tweaking because Megumi's back to his normal self, holding on to that wall for her dear life. Like, calm down bro, it's just Megumi. Megumi over here reminiscing on how Sukuna played her. Still can't believe how she fell for this. And he says that he wants to take responsibility for his actions, and in doing so, he'll become her right-hand man. That is so sweet. Wow, man, good for him. Shouldn't even give this man a chance, bro. Already talking about the wedding. Can you imagine how I felt when this chapter dropped? I was at a low point in my life while this dingleberry's out here getting free handouts after taking responsibility. He couldn't believe this either. Bro built up a whole panel of just stuttering. But on a real note though, these two should definitely get together. You know how the saying goes, two negatives make a positive. Put all their negatives together and they deadass might produce the next Gojo. Their child gonna come out the womb hitting black flashes. First word's gonna be domain expansion. The possibilities are endless. Anyway, the next page leads us into our final mission of JJK. It's about this couple right here. This woman has been seeing her fiance as this ugly creature right here. Although everyone thinks he looks normal. Yuji met this dude 2 seconds ago and they're already friends. They figure out that what's going on right here is most likely the work of a curse user. So they need to figure out who it is and take him down. Which leads us to our final chapter.
Come on, take a shot. Come on, take your best shot, please.
Grow up. First I go whip out the bow. No, I can't hit on no brakes. My life is out of control. I'm telling you, nobody's safe. I've been living my life limbo. My ice, it came with a tray. I'm so high, gotta have my face. This not a rockstar phase. I'm an emo thug in my face.
Hey, don't get me wrong, y'all. I like this color spread. But the fact that we have Broom Girl, no Taroshi Kamo, and whatever they got going on with Inumaki's hair over here over Yuki, is crazy, bro. I think Gege just hate women. Megumi over here staring at us like it was our fault that he got possessed by a sukuna. He's gone, bro. You can smile now. Nice to see Yuta and Maki over here happy, though. The final chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen starts off with Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi discussing ways to catch the cursed user. Since they're currently in a building in the middle of town, and too many blind spots for them to search effectively, so they need a plan. Yuji suggests that they head into an open field, so the cursed user would have to follow them. But that'd only work if the cursed user were stupid as hell. Nobara over here trolling. Nobara suggests that Yuji takes the girl and runs away with her so the guy has to chase them. But then again, that would only work if the user was a dumbass. Yuji had to get his get back right here. They bounce off a couple more idiotic ideas that Megumi rejects. You can tell this man still wished that he was sucking Sukuna's body. They trolling the hell out of him. But then Megumi steps outside and tells everyone his plan. It involves this 40-story building over here. He'll have the girl and her fiance visit a friend on the top floor, get out the technique's range, and then lure the guy out. So they set the plan into action. And this dumbass immediately takes the bait. And I don't know about y'all, but personally, you could not pay me to call myself a villain, then have me pull up in this garbage ass fit, bruh. Miss Maya looking ass. Kugisagi pull up getting tough, not gonna lie. Didn't know you could do so much with a hammer. Yuji pulls up as well, and it looks like they're about to get active. But these idiots immediately get caught up by this guy's technique and start tweaking out. And speaking of this guy's technique, what does he even accomplish, bro? Like, he just make niggas look goofy for the fun of it, bro? Like, he wouldn't even survive a single second in the culling game, bro. Like, come on, man. Called them idiots just to get nabbed by Divine Dog. Did this thing get bigger? I swear he wasn't this big back in the day. That Sukuna impact. Nobara and Yuji apologize for the idiocy, and they bring the stalker over to the lady. So apparently this girl was a hostess, and bro dropped 1,000,000 yen, $6,800 on a hostess, whose job is basically to be nice to people. I can't stand these niggas, man. They were so ready to beat his ass over here. Anyway, after that, seeing that the guy is sad, Yuji, being Yuji, goes over and says, "Don't be so glum, chum," and tells him that everything's gonna be okay. But he's still not believing it. Then we get a little flashback with Yuji and Gojo chatting. Yuji thought that after he was done with Kusakabe, he'd do switch training with Gojo. He's over here sitting crazy. He says that that'd be fine, but then all of a sudden, he says that he wonders if everyone has had enough Satu with Gojo. And understandably, Yuji's like, what are you talking about? But Gojo says that he wants Yuji to think about the future. He does want Yuji to carry on his dream if anything happens to him. But at the same time, if this is where his story ends, there's going to be a point where his students surpass him. And he thinks that there should be at least one among them who forgets about him and develops strength completely different from his own. Yuji's like, hey bro, we never forget you. And he starts wondering if he's okay, because this is pretty out of character for him. But Gojo just laughs, saying that he's confident. He ends off saying that he expects great things from Yuji. And this is the last time that we ever see him. On the next page, we go back to the stalker, and Yuji tells him that he acknowledged his wrongdoing, and that's all that matters. So he should just take some time off for You should just take some time off for self-reflection, then come back and help the squad on their next mission. And he ends off saying the same thing Gojo said to him, telling him that he's expecting big things from bro. And I really appreciate Yuji being all kind or whatever, but being realistic, what is bro going to do on that mission? Yuji gonna bring him along as the water boy while he and his crew go get the work done. He ain't doing shit. Before they leave, Nobara questions Yuji on where he left that thing, aka Sukuna's finger. Yuji says that he tossed it. and they're all shocked, but Yuji just says that it's not dangerous anymore, so there's no need to worry, and that it's all good. Also, those 2 fingers Yuji lost ended up being permanent, I guess, although I don't really know why, so if someone wants to explain it in the comments, I will be happy. But hey, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that my boy Yuji is happy. He suffered too much in the past year, he deserved a good ending, so seeing him smile makes me smile. And speaking of endings, on the next page, we finally see Sukuna again, and even better, he's talking to Mahito. 2 of Yuji's biggest ops having a reunion in purgatory. Nigga really says something, howdy Sukuna, like they were best friends before. Apparently the place they're in right now is a vestige, a place where souls walk down to their next cycle, and Mahito's been waiting. He wanted to ask Sukuna if he was really lying to himself and the others the entire time, because according to him, he wasn't living according to his own statute. Apparently all Sukuna wanted was revenge. Revenge against those who resented and persecuted that cursed, unwanted little wretch, which I'm gonna assume was himself. Because if y'all remember, that's what he said to Kashimo back in like chapter 238. And he's like, what's the difference? He lived the only way he knew how, and that's the path he chose. But then he pauses for a second and realizes that he did have different paths to take, 2 to be exact. On the right, we got Rame over here, and on the left, we got either Yorozu, Kenjaku, or his mom, I don't even know. But yet, he says that he couldn't choose those paths because he felt that his own curse would immolate him or take over him. And then he ends off saying that if he did get another chance, it would be nice if he could walk a different path. Mahito's over here like, bro, what the fuck? You've gone soft. And he's like, yeah, I lost after all. And then leaves with Rame and Toho. And this was beautiful to see, man. Sukuna's always had this survival of the fittest mentality. And I mean, that's quite literally how he came into this world. He only saw value in strength, and anything else like love was worthless to him. He never believed in changing himself because like, why would he? He was top 1, nobody could stop him. But I think that Yuji was the one who finally got through to him, even though he never admitted. Just think about it. Throughout this entire battle, sorcerers came and went, but it was Yuji who stayed and kept the fight going and eventually finished him. That unbreakable will that Sukuna was never able to taint no matter how hard he tried. A will that surpassed even his own. Hell, Yuji even took the time to have a heart-to-heart conversation back in 265. And I think that this is where he was able to reach him, even if Sukuna didn't accept it yet. Yuji told him that they were both shouldering curses, and they became what they were thanks to luck. And now that Sukuna has the chance to make a change, he takes Rame and goes north to become someone new. And I think that's pretty cool. Very nice to see that he actually ended up taking Rame. Those 1,000 years of glazing finally paid off. And Mahito being mad like this gives me joy like no other. Yuji and Sukuna found their conclusions and this bum is still stuck in purgatory. That makes me smile. And yeah, that's it. We see the original squad, Kiara and Hikari, who are looking at us like we decided to off-screen this fight for 40 chapters, and the trio. And the last page ends off with Sukuna's finger in a shed, just like it was in the beginning. The end. As for my final thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen, I think that this last chapter was way overrated. A lot of people immediately jump to conclusions without actually seeing the full chapter, and that's why I hope that leak culture, at least on this scale, dies out. As much fun as it was reading the chapters with y'all and seeing the reactions, you don't get the full picture with the leaks, as we see time and time again. But even with all that, I think the best part of this chapter was Sukuna's conclusion. Seeing him find his peace and realize that he could choose the path that he wanted, kind of like Yuji did when he got rid of that cog mentality. And seeing Mahito cry like a little bitch was a sight to see. Gonna be funny as hell when he and Yuji run into each other in their next life. I think he'll probably become like a chef of some sorts since he likes cooking. He and Rame gonna be the next Gordon Ramsay and Lisa Vanderpump. Although I do think as a whole, JJK could have touched on a lot more things like character interactions, world building, and just like characters in general like Yuki, Kenjaku. Nobara and Megumi, who were supposed to be the deuteragonists, could have been more fleshed out, but that's a video for another time. Honestly, I think if we gave it like maybe like 5 more chapters, I think this would have been just a little bit better, but that's just me though, honestly. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you're done watching me because you're done with JJK, then I appreciate you for staying this long. And if you're gonna stick around for more, I appreciate you even more. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Before we end it off, this video was sponsored by Anime Express. Anime Express has a variety of merchandise from all your favorite animes, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, Demon Slayer, One Piece, and others. They got a variety of stuff and cool things such as hoodies, t-shirts, necklaces, and this dope ass sword over here. Personally, my favorite is the Choso hoodie, cause as much as I be hating on bro, this shirt is tough as hell. And if you want 10% off, use my code NOAH10 at checkout. Link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.